I swear I never thought I'd find myself in a boardroom showdown with a woman in a navy blazer, clutching a gavel like she was the queen of order herself. But here we are. The projector hummed as I clicked to the final slide, numbers big and bold, a $5,000 fee hike. And across that polished oak table, Madeline Whitaker, our neighborhood's self-appointed HOA monarch, turned the color of overripe tomatoes left out in July sun. Who authorized this? She squealed. Not asked, squealed, each octave higher than the last. I straightened my tie, leaned back just enough to enjoy the tension snapping through the room like a busted power line, and said, plain as day, "You did, Mads, the second you find me $1,000 for swimming in my own lake." Yeah, let's rewind. I'm Mark Holloway. I've lived in Silver Ridge Meadow for 15 quiet years. Folks around here know me as the guy with the old blue pickup, the friendly Labrador named Cooper, and, more interestingly, the owner of Willow Lake, a stretch of clear water and tree-lined bank that came with my property long before the HOA even existed. To me, that lake has always been the crown jewel of this place. My morning started there, a quick dip at dawn, drifting on my back, listening to the world wake up. For over a decade, neighbors would wave when I'd wade out waist-deep or paddle around with Cooper barking at fish. I'd even let the HOA borrow a corner for their annual picnic. Kids splashing, hot dogs, the whole suburban Norman Rockwell picture. And then, Madeline arrived. Or maybe descended is the word. Short hair so stiff it wouldn't move in a hurricane, a clipboard in hand like it was a scepter from some HOA monarchy. She made her debut at the board meeting with color-coded binders and a laser pointer. I knew we were in for it when she argued we needed regulations for the acceptable shade of beige on porch furniture. I survived the mailbox measurement phase, the lawn height citations, but then came that sunny June Saturday. I was floating on my back, sun on my face, mind drifting far from HOA nonsense, when Cooper barked twice. I lifted my head, and there she was, Madeline Whitaker, HOA badge pinned proudly, blazer on despite the 92 degrees, feet planted right at the edge of my dock like she owned the water. She yelled, "Excuse me, sir, sir," voice carrying clear across the ripples. I paddled closer, half expecting to see a hidden camera. She waved her clipboard so wildly, she nearly knocked her sunglasses into the drink. "Swimming is strictly prohibited in communal waters," she read out, tapping a page as if divine law lived in those printouts. Section 8.4b, no unsupervised aquatic recreation without prior board approval and proof of personal liability insurance. I wiped lake water from my eyes and laughed. Couldn't help it. "Madeline, this is my lake. My deed. Check the county registry." She pushed her sunglasses up her nose, eyes squinting like a hawk spotting prey. "The HOA governs all natural resources adjacent to community boundaries. This water touches common grounds, therefore, is subject to community policy. You're now officially on notice." I thought, fine. She'll check. She'll feel stupid. We'll laugh about this someday. I underestimated how far Madeline could twist reality to fit her iron rule. Monday morning, I found a crisp envelope on my porch. Official HOA letterhead, 3 pages of bureaucratic mumbo-jumbo, and a $1,000 fine for unauthorized swimming. I sat at my kitchen table, coffee forgotten, rereading it so many times Cooper actually pawed my arm, probably wondering why his human was cussing at a piece of paper. I tried reason first, copied my deed, my survey maps from 1975, even dug out a dusty letter from the first HOA president thanking my dad for letting them use a picnic area. I knocked on Madeline's door that evening. She answered dressed like she was headed to a court deposition, pink blazer this time. "Madeline, here's the proof. The lake's mine. The fine's a mistake. Let's sort this like grown-ups." She didn't even glance at the paperwork. She just said, "Mark, the fine stands." The board convened an emergency session. "When?" I asked. "Yesterday, at the cafe. We take rule-breaking seriously. Good night." And the door shut. Then the rumors started. That I was planning an unlicensed water park, that drunk teenagers were cliff diving off my dock at midnight. Never mind, I don't even have a dock high enough for that. Mrs. Lanning next door left me a voicemail asking if she should install extra floodlights. It was around the fifth threatening letter, when even Cooper seemed tired of me pacing the kitchen, that I snapped awake at 3 a.m. and thought, enough defense. Let's play a fence. 2 weeks of me, legal pads, old HOA contracts dating back to the 90s, and I found my miracle, a 1999 easement. Back when the HOA got permission to use my gravel road to bring maintenance trucks to the community park and to host their lakefront barbecues on a corner of my property. Little clause at the bottom said, 25-year term unless renewed. Math checks out, folks. Expired last spring. I ran it past my buddy Connor, lawyer, golf buddy, known to swing a 9-iron better than a pen, but still deadly in court. He laughed so hard he nearly spilled his beer. So she's fining you for using your own water while the HOA is technically trespassing? Mark, you couldn't write a better sitcom. So I waited. Next board meeting, packed room as always, Madeline at the head, gavel within reach, fake pearls gleaming. She called me up for public comment, like she expected me to beg forgiveness. I stood there, all calm grin and leather folder. Evening, Madam President. I started, matching her theater. I'm here regarding the expired easement for HOA access to Willow Lake's northern bank and your maintenance road. Silence. I swear you could hear the AC kick on. I handed out copies, neat and labeled. As of 6 months ago, the HOA has no legal right to use that part of my land. I've been lenient, but considering recent fines, I'm offering a new lease. $5,000 a year. Market rate for waterfront access. Take it, or well, you'll lose the beach and the road. Madeline went full tomato. You can't do this. This is extortion. I just shrugged. Check with your lawyer. You got 30 days. After that, I'm putting up a gate. The room buzzed like a beehive poked with a stick. Tom, the mild-mannered treasurer, was on his laptop calculating the fee impact before she even slammed the gavel in frustration. For 3 glorious weeks, my phone pinged nonstop. Neighbors who once side-eyed me now fuming about a $5,000 hit to the budget. The neighborhood Facebook group sprouted conspiracy theories, memes, polls about impeaching Madeline. She tried cease and desist letters, threats, historical use arguments. None held water. The city shrugged, civil matter, not their circus. Deadline day. The community hall was standing room only. Folks with folding chairs spilled onto the lawn. Madeline wore a black suit, like she was mourning her own reign. The vote? 4-1. Hers was the only no. New lease signed. New fees announced. The best part? Watching her face when old Mrs. Aldridge, who once yelled at kids for sidewalk chalk, stood up and said, I've paid fees here for 30 years and never once got fined for fishing off my own dock. Shame on you, Madeline. After that, the dominoes fell fast. Someone photoshopped her face on the Titanic, captioned, I'll never let go of my clipboard. A recall petition made the rounds that same night. A week later, 87% of homeowners voted her out. I got a letter from the new board. Full apology, $1,000 refund with interest, promise of mutual respect. I cashed the check and used it to buy a new private property, swim-free sign. Beneath it, in tiny letters, HOA leadership prohibited beyond this point. Madeline? Last I heard, she sold her house, moved 2 towns over. Rumor says she's running for treasurer at a condo complex that has no clue what's coming. God blessing. As for me, every dawn I still wade out with Cooper barking at ducks and the sunrise warming my shoulders. Some mornings I float there, eyes half closed, thinking about how a clipboard and a bad attitude turn a calm lake into a battlefield, and how standing your ground sometimes means more than any fine or fee. So here's my question for you folks watching. If your HOA tried to fine you for enjoying your own backyard, would you pay up, fight back, or find a loophole big enough to drown their nonsense in? Drop your story below. Give this video a thumbs up if you've ever met a Madeline of your own. And hey, hit subscribe. There's plenty more where this came from.